that says 0. There are no ballots on this machine at the start of the election. And then there's a memory card that's supposed to be put in. There's a seal that is put on, and that is not supposed to be taken off until the polls close from advance voting prior to election day, the Friday before election day. But what we see in Fulton County, and there's also supposed to be a closing tape. So there's supposed to be every tabulator, a tape that has the opening at 0, and at the closing, it's supposed to say how many ballots were tabulated by.
So I'm going to pause this for a second. Keep in mind, Julie, this is the same crap that Tina Peters has exposed as well. And she's
Right.
locked away in the Colorado prison for exposing election fraud. Well, guess what, Colorado, you're next.
Yep.
It's coming.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
I pray to God that they arrest those officials out in California. They arrest the corrupt judge. They arrest the corrupt prosecuting attorney. I hope they hang them high. Tina
Yep.
Peters has been, wrongfully incarcerated, and she has been abused in prison already. And this is unacceptable. And I hope the Trump administration makes a prime example out of Colorado for their wrongdoings. And
Yeah, and so we know that Trump has given her a pardon, right? And then the
yep,
governor has refused to give her any release, right?
yep.
That's where we're at with her right now?
The governor says absolutely not.
What a jackass.
And here's the thing, all these people that kept calling us, oh, you guys are just extremists. This election fraud never happened. I mean, hell, I had YouTube and a couple of the, even Facebook censor me, remove my posts because I was calling out election fraud, and they
Yep.
would actually send me warnings. If this continues, we're going to shut your pages down.
Yep. Yep.
And guess what?
They did.
Well,
They did.
guess what? YouTube and Facebook, in your face.
Still here.
So, that's where I'm at. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sick of it.
Yeah. No, they were the censorship over this was horrible. Absolutely horrible. There's still folks that still don't have their accounts back from all of that, and it's a hot mess. Yeah, it's been a mess.
Well, here's the thing though. We've got all the evidence. They're gathering it left and right in Georgia. They know now, without a doubt, Trump won Georgia.
Right.
But here's the thing: when in the fuck are we gonna see it? Excuse my mouth, sorry guys. When in the hell are we gonna see some arrest?
Yeah.
Because right now, if we don't stand having a set of balls, so to speak, and take care of business and make mass arrests and get these people removed. This kind of corruption is going to continue in this country, and it's going to be ongoing. I promise you.
Yeah.
Because, and same thing with the Clinton. I mean, look at the Clintons. Here's a good example. They totally ignored all their subpoenas to appear before the House.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they've agreed to because and it's like, why are you even giving them a chance now? They totally said, screw you, like this to the American people.
Yeah.
Why did you not incarcerate them?
Exactly. And I'm hearing, oh, they're both so sick. I don't care. I don't care. They have done massive harm to our country. And for decades, people. And I think we're going to learn more about the nefariousness of their dealings. But the fact that they're trying to use some bullshit excuse, oh, we're too old and frail. Yeah. No, you're still going to be held responsible at some point. This is crazy.
Well, I guarantee you, if you or I are subpoenaed to go to court and we're told that we have to appear, and we go, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I can't make it. I guarantee you, that first of all, the courts are not going to postpone our case.
Right.
And second of all, if we just don't show up, they're just going to put a warrant out for our arrest.
Exactly.
I guarantee you that's how they're
Yeah.
going to take care of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Well,
Clintons,
but we also know that the courts are totally rigged
yep,
against we the people. And all of the I think we're going to learn that this whole freaking judicial
yep,
system is bullshit, and that it just needs to come down. You know, we're continuing to watch judges being pulled down for a whole bunch of different crimes.
yep.
A lot are being pulled for their little kiddie porn crap. And, you know, I mean, it's just a very sick system. It needs to be brought down fully and
Right.
rebuilt because
I
this
do.
is
wa-
not
I do
working.
want to say this, Julie. So, for some of you guys out there on my Facebook page, I want to just get this out there. So, a lot of the stories of these judges being arrested that you're sharing out there all over social media is not true.
Mhm.
Um, I, gra- I with that being said, I will say there are a lot being arrested as well. But the point is, folks, let's not scoop down to the Democrats' level and be spreading propaganda bullshit.
Mhm.
If it's not true, don't even post it because you're making our side look bad by doing
Right.
it. Because
Right.
people do fact check, not the fact check matters, but people do check the resources out there, and it's not that hard to figure out did that judge really get arrested or not. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
make sure your facts are straight before you even post it out there. That's what
Right.
I'm asking out of you guys, because again, it makes us all look bad. Because it's like one does wrong, it's automatically, oh, y'all did wrong.
Right.
um,
Right. Right.
and the
Guilty
again,
by association.
yeah, again, let's not scoop to the Democrats or demon rats, as I like to call them. Let's not scoop down to their level and start posting a bunch of propaganda bullshit as well.
Right.
Make sure your facts are straight, and as long as they're straight, hey, share away with me. But
Mhm.
I've done a lot of checking myself on different people that are setting stuff to me, and it's like, well, hate to tell you, but that's not a true story.
Mhm.
Wish it
Mhm.
was true, by the way. I do.
Right.
Um, I'd like to see more judges being taken down for allowing this kind of corruption in our country.
Mhm.
But at the
Mhm.
same time, I'm not going to sit there and spread false propaganda bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though the story was a good story.
Yeah. Well,
It
so I'm hearing some things that I find rather curious. On Truth Social, President Trump posted that for the first time ever, the uh, what's it called? Not the World Series. What's that? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
I couldn't remember the word. He said it's the first time that the Super Bowl is going to be shown globally,
Yep.
worldwide. And
I thought it always was because when I was in Japan, when I was over in Japan, that was God back in 95, 96. When I was in Japan, I watched the Super Bowl over there in Japan.
well, you may have, but it might have
Yeah.
been an American station or something,
Hmm.
you know. But there was, he specifically said that it's going to be shown globally. And the colors that they're using to represent the Super Bowl are rather curious. There's a lot of talk right now about them using EBS colors
Right.
as the background. And then we're also hearing that NFL players are refusing to be watching the halftime show because of who the NFL chose. This person is very anti American
Yep.
as a performer.
I
And
hear a turning point is going to be having their own Super Bowl halftime thing on a different section,
yep,
and you know what, guys, um, I'd watch it, you
yeah,
know, and versus the Super Bowl halftime for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Well, so that's why I say NFL players are even saying themselves that they don't want to be part of what the NFL has established for the halftime show. They're going to go watch the Turning Point halftime
Yep.
show instead.
Guarantee you that's what I'll be doing.
Same.
Hey, Julie, I've got another story I want to just share real quick and get it out there.
Okay.
So, you guys remember our good old guy that tried to assassinate Donald Trump down at the golf course?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
hey, here's the good news about him. So, breaking, Ryan Routh sentenced to life in prison, plus
Ooh.
7 years for attempting to assassinate Trump at Florida golf course.
Life
So
plus 7 years?
life. So, well, they just want to make sure he never gets out. So, you know what? That was actually good news to see.
Absolutely.
And let's see. Oh, by the way, when I used to live out in Idaho, I did a lot of photography. So I've got to share this picture once, if it's going to show me, and maybe not. Huh?
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird because I clicked it on. There. Let's see if we can do it this. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can do it this way real quick. Okay. And there it is. Well, see if I can click it on so I can show you guys. And it's not letting me expand it. Are you kidding me?
Expand your browser window to see this story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, that was Rose Lake, Idaho. I did that picture. But I used to do a lot of photography. Well, actually, I still do. I'm constantly taking pictures.
Nice.
But anyways, so that was good news to see. You know that guy got life in prison for his actions. Good morning, David Wade. Let's see. He says, I called Coca-Cola today. Their system is terrible. 1-800-322-spice. Okay, I'm not sure what you're implying there, David Wade. 322 spice. Almost sounds like a porn thing or something. No offense, David. I'm on a roll this morning. Yeah, but good to have you back on our show here. And that goes for you too, David Wade. Anytime you guys want to call into the studio again, call in 928-385-4738. Love to bring you live on the air, or even bring you on a show. But yeah, just got so much going on right now, Julie. And it's good to see that they're putting heat on the Georgia election outfits out there in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's and I knew they were going to come up with stuff. You would have to be, you would totally have to not be doing your job, in order to not find stuff. I mean, it's right there in front of everybody.
Right.
And so, and again, so you guys might as well take it to the bank that Donald Trump won Georgia without a doubt.
Absolutely. So what I comprehend is, and it's something that President Trump shared with us a while back, is that the ballots that were used, the official ballots for the 2020 election had watermarks on them.
Yeah.
But these watermarks are very unique because they have the ability to GPS track and trace. So if official ballots wound up in a trash can, if official ballots wound up in a stream or whatever, wherever they're not supposed to be, they're going to know that. But then they're also going to be able to compare it to the fake ballots much easier. And so this is why we the people that have been in the know and know it's been stolen, this is how we know that it was truly stolen, because there were very, very unique ballots made for the 2020 election, and they're traceable. So we just have to wait to get that information out there, and it looks like the ball's rolling positively in that direction.
Well, I got a feeling, like I said, Colorado's next. They're going to be going after. I hope they go after Arizona as well.
Oh, Arizona, right? Colorado and Arizona,
yeah,
right?
I know they're going to find Arizona was nothing but rigged all the way down, and so much was already exposed, and the courts would not allow the evidence to be brought forth. So that tells you how corrupt even
That
our.
exactly. That tells you everything you
Yep,
need to know about the courts and
yep.
how crooked they are.
I mean,
Well,
you got
I'm
yeah.
hearing rumblings of Sidney Powell's voice coming back into play.
What
So
coming into play?
Sidney
Yeah.
Powell, and she's what we comprehend about her is she was one of the first ones working the Wiener laptop. And she's got a lot. She knows how everything ties together. So I'm excited to hear what Kraken she's going to be pulling to catch these guys and to bring them to full justice.
Well, let's get it done. Well,
Exactly.
you look at California, look at the semi-load after semi-load of election ballots they just confiscated here, about not even a month ago now,
Mm-hmm.
out in California. And these were Trump ballots, by the way. And they just mysteriously somehow did not end up at the polls. So again, I do believe Trump might have actually won California as well, even being a
Oh,
Democrat.
I think he won like almost every state majority wise.
Yep.
I really do. I don't believe that. I don't believe the numbers that they've been trying to feed us. I think it's way more red, and because the left has done such a good job of making it appear that being on the right side of things is a bad thing.
Right.
A lot of people have flipped and walked away from the Democratic Party, me being one of them as well. But we're not going to announce it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think there's a lot more secret Trump supporters still. And I think people are starting to see the common sense of his actions and what his administration has been doing.
Right.
And so that's a really good thing. I'm excited to see.
Oh, hey, Julie. So yesterday we did a broadcast after you did the show, by the way. So we did a broadcast, and let me see if I can get to it. Well, what the heck? Well, maybe I'm not going to get into anything at this moment.
Is it freezing up on you?
Well, it was trying. There we go. Actually, it totally closed it out. I'd be damned. Okay. I'll be on it. So, anyways, we did the election integrity show yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys get a chance, you gotta scroll down. You can find me on YouTube, Rumble, X, also on let's see, God, I've lost count of them all, Julie.
YouTube, Rumble, X. Are we on Instagram?
We're on Instagram. We're on God, there's several others I've got us registered on. But anyways, if you guys scroll, or you can also find us on Your News Arizona on Facebook, or under Jonathan Townsend Alexander on Facebook. Let's see, and then, but anyways, here, okay, got the screen back. Damn thing. But anyways, you guys get a chance, check out this broadcast that we did. And so the thing is, this is why it's so important. Here it is. So I've got it titled Election Integrity. Here we go. I'm going to share that screen. So this is on Facebook screen I'm sharing with you guys. So anyways, it's the Election Integrity. It's done by Steve Stern, a good friend of mine. You get a chance.
About election forward, and I'm sorry for my voice, but you can do this election backwards. And I'm going to walk you through it very simple. I'm going to show to you specific evidence of how we devised this method using the Maricopa full forensic.
Okay. Anyways, that's the program. So I've got it under.
Cool.
I've got it listed under election integrity on my YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and all that stuff as well. Check that out. This is so important, guys, for us to get involved with our elections.
Right.
I mean, we have got to be holding these Democrats accountable. We need to have poll watchers. We need to have everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if unless you guys want to see our borders wide open again, with millions and millions of illegals pouring through, because get involved,
Mm-hmm.
get everybody out there that you know involved.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you what, all the work Donald Trump has been doing right now, I can promise you it can be undone overnight. Just like the Biden administration did. Look at how
Mm-hmm.
fast Biden undid everything that Trump did on his
Yep.
first term. I
Yep.
mean,
Agreed.
Trump builds a beautiful wall to keep the illegals out. The Biden administration comes in, orders the Army Corps of Engineers to cut sections out of that wall up and down the border, which we've reported on over and over from down on the border.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut it wide open so that these, millions of illegals can pour through. And trust me, this could happen overnight that quick, guys.
Yep. Yep.
If
Yep. Yep.
if we're under Democratic rule.
Yep.
So this is why we have got to keep fighting. We have got to keep getting the right people in office to keep our
Mm-hmm.
borders secure, and to make sure this invasion does never again happens.
Right.
Because if the Democrats have their way, I promise you, those walls will come down again. And it doesn't take much to take torches and cut through that steel.
Right.
And we've got to keep our country safe. That's
Right.
that's got to be our number one priority.
Agreed. Agreed.
And so, anyways, and then so I shared that with you guys. So you guys get a chance, check out the election integrity call that we did.
Yep. Looks like we're right at an hour now, Jonathan.
Okay, and the last thing I want to share is what took place out here in my neck of the woods with Border Patrol yesterday.
Oh.
Of our country.
Oh, yeah.
And as President Trump has said many times, we didn't need any new laws. All we needed was a new president. Because of the efforts from this administration under the leadership of Secretary Noem, what we have today across the entire southwest border and the northern border is the most secure border in the history of this country. I've been doing this job over 28 years, and I can tell you, working under 5 presidents, we've never had the support that we have from an administration, and we've never had a more secure border. And it's because of the men and women that come in every day and are allowed to do the job that they were hired to do. Something that, for the 4 years of the Biden administration, we longed for.
Isn't that a beautiful
And
wall?
because we longed for it, we enjoy doing it now.
Yep.
Every day we come to work and want to go and make sure that every citizen of this county,
I've reported
every
right
citizen
there
of
in
the
that
state,
sector right there.
and every other state in this country is safe because of the effort and the job that everybody does to make sure that can happen. And again, we couldn't have done it without the support of an administration. Having been there for those 4 years of the Biden administration, I can tell you the morale is at its highest. We've got more applicants for the Border Patrol than we've ever had in the history of the Border Patrol. And because of that, we're going to maintain a secure border for now and years to come. President Trump has laid the blueprint. Secretary Noem has enforced the law. She has rolled it out the way it's supposed to be. And because of that, we've got what you see here, Trump Wall. This wall has completely transformed this area from what used to be an area that was full of narcotics traffickers, human smugglers, and anybody that just wanted to come across this border that was pretty much non-existent. Now we get to see exactly what a secure border is. We're the envy of the world, like President Trump likes to say.
Oh, so here I'm just going to share this real quick, and I know you got to get going, Julie.
Yeah.
So up and down this border, so you can see my wand right there on there. I hope.
Yes.
So you would have sections like from right here, and it would go as far as right down to here, wide open, where they were cutting it out. The Army Corps of Engineers cut out sections, and that's up and down this border road, which goes for miles and miles and miles, guys. That's you got hundreds and hundreds of miles of border wall.
Wow.
But keep in mind, like every half mile up and down the border, you'd find these big holes in the wall where the Biden administration had it cut out. And
Wow.
and what they would happen is that the illegals are just there would be roads over in here, like in this area or back over here, and they would actually be brought in on buses. We even seen it come in on buses. They'd
Wow.
unload the bus loads, and as they tell you, oh yeah, we had a 3-day journey across the border, or 2 months. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah.
They were actually taking buses in. They'd unload and they'd walk right on down here, and then
Wow.
come right on in, and they'd stop right anywhere along this whole area right here, because I know right where this area is at. By the way, used to be a holes right here.
Wow.
But anyways,
Hmm.
so
Great.
then these illegals would line up like they're going to freaking Disneyland, waiting for the transport bus to show up and give them a ride.
Crazy time.
And so they were taken from there over to Tucson or wherever, and they go through the processing center, get processed. Not even 24 hours later, they'd end up in Baltimore, New York, Portland, Oregon, wherever they said they were going to. And it was just insane, totally insane.
Wow.
And keep in mind, over 150 different countries were pouring through those borders. We're
Wow.
not just talking Mexico or
Yeah.
Guatemala. I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking from all over the world. So, well, listen, folks, I know we're at our show. And we're going to start probably doing a lot of these broadcasts earlier like this, because we both got busy schedules. Plus, I've
Yep.
got a lot of reporting out in the field I need to get done, like the border.
Right.
So we're going to start broadcasting earlier to you guys, and then we'll be broadcasting here soon live from the border.
Yeah.
We're just not going to disclose where we're going to be at,
Yep.
but it's coming up real soon.
Yep.
So
Looking forward to it.
So stay tuned for that. We're going to continue broadcasting the election integrity as well throughout the months coming up. You guys get a chance, check out the election integrity that we broadcasted yesterday.
Yep.
And just try your hardest to get everybody involved, guys. These elections are vital for our survival.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, God bless you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your Thursday. Hey, holy crap.
All day Thursday.
You guys all have a wonderful Thursday. Thanks for joining in, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. God bless you guys.
God bless. Have a great